Hey guys, and welcome back to the Fergie Way with me, Teach FM. We are on episode 38 now of the whole series, maybe episode 18, season 2, whichever way you're watching it. And I have to say thank you very much. Before we get started, guys, the channel's blew up. It's going crazy. There's so much following going around there for now. So I just want to say thanks on that point. And yeah, so today's episode, as we know, I was coming back to either Liverpool followed by a Champions League game, which the draw hadn't happened yet, or I was coming back to a Champions League game followed by Liverpool. I can confirm that it is a Champions League game followed by Liverpool, 2 live comms. The question is, who? So I've had to be very careful, guys. Made sure I just had my squad screen on so it didn't give anything away. But as you know, one thing that we've wanted to do is test this strong team. The formation's working well. I can even play youngsters, and we can, generally speaking, even on a bad day, grind out a result. So we've been wanting to challenge ourselves against the best of the best. So of course, we did go through the last round against Juventus, and we basically we trashed them. We made them play like they weren't even there. Let's be honest about it. And then we went into the draw, and I don't want weak teams anyway. So we got a big one, and the big one was Barcelona, which is awesome. And it genuinely is. I mean, we start off at the new camp. This is why we played the first game, because had we have got maybe a weaker team, I probably would have played it off camera and then we would have done the return leg. But I feel like we probably have to live com both these games because there's going to be such big matches. Of course, Barcelona, strong team. So we'll take a quick look how they're getting on. And taking a look at their schedule. You know, they're not without defeats. Looking round, Celta Vigo have beaten recently. So have Espanyol. Real Madrid beat them in the Copa del Rey semi-final. Both legs. Wow. Even Sporting Gijon have given them a 1-0 beating away from home. But what we'll do is we'll take a quick look at the league position. Well, in fact, we don't need to. We can see at the top. They're at the top of the league, guys. You know, so they are not running away with it. The 4 points clear. Real Madrid do have a game in hand, though, so they could close the gap down to 1. But Barcelona with Suarez with 23 goals, so it's obvious. I mean, it was going to be dangerous anyway. But look, they're holy trident, if you want. They're top three players in the world, maybe. Messi, Suarez, and Neymar all having the top average ratings. So they are going to bring the game to us. However, before we get on to the first live com, which is against Barcelona, we do have a little bit of business to take care of. So since the last game, we did only play one other team. That team was Southampton, and it was a 2-0 win. As you can see, Memphis Depay and Callum Gribbin both grabbing goals. Callum Gribbin's was a free kick from the edge of the area, which was a cracker. It's the second free kick he scored in what's only been a few games. He got an 8.4, praised him after the game. He even went to the media and said the manager's support was fantastic, really spurs him on. I mean, I've said this before, but I'll say it again for anyone who's maybe not seen the whole series from the beginning, but I somewhat micromanage my players based solely on morale. Morale is the be-all and end-all. And I'll only ever sort of play players with green morale, good morale, great morale. But if it's ever orange and stuff, they get dropped. Unless, of course, the team's gone through a real shit period and then you got a team full of them. There's nothing you can do. But I micromanage, and everything I do is about morale. I praise, I criticise. I have whole team meetings. I speak to the media about players. I'll speak to the coaches about players. Anything I can do to push the morale up, I'll help. I'll get them to tutor players if it brings them up, and getting such a great response from young Callum Gribbin. In fact, we'll take a quick look at him. Can't spend too much time because we've got two live comms today, but his stats for a 19-year-old, I mean, he's worth 10.75 million now. But, you know, his first touch 17, free kick taking 17, even his crossing, corners, 15, his dribbling, 17. You know, there's areas he can improve. Of course there is. His work rate being at 10 is not normally something I like. I like to see a player who can be a bit of an engine, especially if they're going to sort of sit in that role. But determination, 16, is acceleration and pace at 15 and 14. If we were to carry this series on, and we'll go on into season 3, it's players like Gribbin, like Gomez, that's going to spur me on to do that, because that's where my enjoyment's going to be. It's going to be from taking these players who have sort of just I've forced them into the first team, and to see how their careers progress. That's going to be the best bit. But anyway, as I say, we won't waste too much time. We are now going to go to match day against Barcelona. I will be fielding a pretty strong, well, I'll be fielding a very strong team, and hopefully we can get a result down at the Camp Nou. So here we are then, guys, on match day. And as we can see, Barcelona have been made favourites, unsurprisingly so. We're playing on their home turf, so the bookies have given it them. However, the press think we might get the win, which is great. So it's a little bit up in the air, I suppose. Luis Suarez being their key man and David De Gea being ours. Looks like there might be an interesting contest going on at our end of the pitch. But Champions League is something we really want to win. But I want to win it right. And overcoming a team like Barcelona en route to a final and a possible Champions League, that's the way you want to do it. That is the way you really, really want to do it, or the way I want to do it anyway. I don't want to stumble my way through against a lot of shite teams. So yeah, we'll get onto the matchday squad, see who Barcelona have picked, and then see who we've picked. So we will start with the home team. They do have Ter Stegen in net with Digne. Phil Jones, don't forget, sold him at Barcelona for like 30 million quid, which I thought was a sucker's move. Can feel it biting me in the arse today already. Gerard Piqué and Roberto. They also have Busquets protecting him, as you'd expect. Neymar on the left midfield with Rakitic and Iniesta in the middle, and Leo Messi out on the right, and then Luis Suarez playing up top on his own. Ordinarily, I'd look at this formation and go, do you know what? We can break this down quite well. We can isolate that striker, but it's Suarez, man. I don't think there's any isolating him. I think if he's given a chance, he's probably going to get his goal, at least one. So we need to be very careful. My concern is whether I maybe drop my line deeper, but I'll look at that as the game starts. So, and then we look at the United team. We have De Gea in net. We have Alaba, Bailly, Smalling and Sidibe. We then have Pogba playing the advanced playmaker role and Herrera on supportive. And as you can see, I have Fosu Mensah playing a defensive role. Now, he's a little bit tired, I'll be honest. I played him in the last game, but Blind got sent off a while ago, and then I'm looking at his ratings and the way he's played this season, and I wanted to keep Blind, and he did quite a good job. He's a utility man. I like that, but he's just been a bit crap. And I think Fosu Mensah has actually been playing really well, no matter when I've played him. So this is a little bit of a moment for Mensah to see not whether he can cut it, because I'm confident that he can, but basically he's got a shot here to become one of the players in the stronger team, sort of the first team, and maybe he'll cement it. So we have Juan Mata playing in the Trequartista role. We, of course, have Zlatan Ibrahimovic in the complete forward role and Marcus Rashford as the advanced forward. Zlatan has to play today. Now, I know Zlatan might be considered by some as a little bit of a mercenary. He's played around a lot of top clubs in Europe. But when you're playing against an old club, I think that they'll always put in that little bit more effort. So I'm hoping to see that from Zlatan today. So we'll go to Scary Eyes, old Roy Keane there, see what he has to say. And there is a right load of hard tackling going off. I love it, Roy. Love it. Neymar and Messi getting closed down at the earliest opportunity, which is what I like to see as well. But I would also say that the pass master himself needs closing down. Iniesta will probably make space regardless, but we want to try and prevent that where possible. So we're going to the team talk, and Roy's saying we should challenge them to pick up where we left off. I don't think so. I think this one is for the fans. You got to bear in mind that we've been beaten twice in finals by Barcelona in recent years. So let's give them something to cheer for, and no one's fucking interested. Everyone is on superb morale, though. Everyone's listening keenly. Shall we fudge? No, we won't. We'll leave it at that. We'll get into the game, guys. So the game starting in the early minutes. We're not going to get much off this, but I just once again, guys, wanted to say that the support on the channel has been insane. Squeeze it in these couple of minutes here. But yeah, massively indebted. If you want to communicate more, my Twitter link's in the description, guys. You can hit me up on that. And yeah, maybe I'll catch you on there as well. So we have picked up the ball here, guys. It's the first highlight, 25 minutes in. It's Ander Herrera to Rashford, out to Mensah now. Barcelona looking very compact in the middle. It's Rashford to Ibra, back to Rashford, Herrera, Mensah, Pogba. Pogba plays in Mata. Get in there! Come on! 1-0, guys, 25 minutes in. Just what we wanted to see. Juan Mata, who has had a stellar season, it has to be said. And he's delivered on a big occasion as Pogba plays the ball in. Mata does well to get on it. Beats Ter Stegen at his near post. 1-0 United. And if we can even just hang on to a 1-0 and away goal. Oh, it's Mata now. It's cleared out though. It's Alaba. Alaba to Pogba. Pogba's gave it away and it has been given to Suarez. He's got no one with him though. Has Bailly done him? He has. He's got it to Alaba. Well played, Bailly. It's Pogba now to Herrera. Herrera to Rashford. Rashford's lost out, though, to Phil Jones. Iniesta's on the ball. We do need to close it. It's played in Suarez. This is going in. You can feel it off the post. That really should have been a goal, guys. We've been let off. But the point I was getting at a minute ago, if we can hang on to just a 1-goal advantage from the away leg, I would be happy with that. But I've got a funny feeling that Barcelona will probably get back into this game at some point. The question is, can we put a little bit of distance in between us first? So it's Mata now. It's come out as far as Fosu Mensah, Herrera, Mata to Pogba. Get in there! Yes! What a finish by Pogba. Once again, another player who's having a stonker of a season. Not featured much in the Champions League because we played a lot of the youngsters, but Mata knocks it into Pogba. First time, drills it into the bottom corner, guys. 2-0 at the Nou Camp, just going into half-time. Going to give me an easy team talk. Pleased, guys. Well pleased. Happy with that. Keep it going. Straight out into the second half while they're all buoyed up. Just going to give them a little bit of a team talk, guys. Just get them to concentrate a little bit. Let's not try and let this 2-goal advantage slip. Because Barcelona will still be tricky at Old Trafford. They're not going to come and sit back, certainly if they're on the back end of a defeat. So they've pushed out now. They have gone attacking. They've gone for a 4-2-4, so they're going to start chasing the game immediately. What we'll do is we'll go contain, and I'll now make a substitution. And based on the fact that Zlatan's not had the greatest of games, I'm just going to bring Daley Blind on, and then I need to go to my tactic overview, and I'm going to drop Blind in down the back, go a little bit more defensive, and hang on to this game if we can. So it's 20 minutes now. I do expect Barcelona to manage to string together some attacks now. They've pushed Messi and Neymar up, so they're going to be going for it as best they can. So with 15 minutes to go, even if we can limit the highlights now, guys, it will mean that we have done enough. It's Messi now. Messi's put it into Suarez. There we go, guys. They've got their goal. Bit of a shame, really. It would have been nice to take the 2-goal lead because it won't give us the easiest of ways at Old Trafford, I don't think. Messi whips a cross in. Suarez nods it down. It looks like it might have hit the bar or even come back off De Gea. But either way, they've nicked one. The concern is now, with a couple of minutes to go, are they going to manage to get themselves an extra chance in this game? It's Mata to Pogba. And Herrera to Blind. Blind's giving it away to Rakitic, though. Digne up to Suarez. Neymar. Neymar's going to charge forward. He's cut inside and Pogba's managed to cut it out. What an interception by Pogba. It does end the game. And there we go, guys. The first live com. We played Barcelona at the Nou Camp and 2-1 was the result with our strongest team. Of course, it has to be said. But it certainly set up a mouth-watering tie at Old Trafford, which has got to be in the next episode. So we will give them a little bit of a nice team talk there. We'll tell them that today was really special. Congratulations, they've done well. We've got to highlight Pogba. He was very, very good tonight. And yeah, so on that note, guys, next game's massive as well, because of course it's a Northwest derby. It's United versus Liverpool. Anyone who was around for the one earlier on in the season, Rashford scored 6 goals in that game. So we have got one eye on the return leg for Barcelona. So team selection might be a little bit, we'll see. En route to the game, guys, just a little quick one. Take a look at the screen. Current ability changes. Callum Gribbin now amongst the best in the Premier League. Can't win nothing with kids. Right, guys. Confession time. Take a look at that schedule. Liverpool's been moved. So, result. We're going to play Barca again. See you in a few seconds. So, guys, quickly en route to the second Barca game. Callum Gribbin, second in Young Player of the Month in the Premier League, which is awesome. What I've set out to do in this series, introduce the youth. Check it out. Well happy with that. 8.4 average rating. Nice one, son. We have come second in the Manager of the Month, though, which is something we don't usually like to see. But, hey-ho, it looks like we're going to march on for the Premier League anyway. So, with a little bit of luck, Manager of the Year coming our way as well. So here we are, guys, on match day 2, as it were, of this episode. That was second live com, which was, of course, meant to be Liverpool, but I messed it up. Doesn't matter. We're going to play Barca twice, which is a massive, massive episode anyway. So it'll be a tight game, but I think Barcelona will lose this one, is what the press is saying. The bookies have us at evens, which is good for us. And once again, Paul Pogba is our key man this time round, but Suarez is theirs. So we're going to the team selection screen and we start with the home team. As you can see, there has been a couple of changes and I will explain them as I go. We have Pogba playing the advanced playmaker role, and this is where the changes come in. Unfortunately for Fosu-Mensah, he did pick up a small injury in training. Nothing dangerous, just a few days, but because of that, he's not going to feature today. And then, of course, Callum Gribbin had picked up that little award, and I'm thinking, maybe reward him with a part in a big game. So he's not going to play in his normal role. He plays where Pogba plays, but Pogba had a stonker in the last game. So I have put him in a supportive role. And with Herrera being very much an engine, I thought I'll put him in a defensive role. He should do all right, but I do have Schneiderlin, who's a little bit lacking match fitness on the bench, but he can come in if needs be. We then have Juan Mata in the Trequartista role, scored a goal in the last game, on fire at the moment, playing really well. And Zlatan didn't have the best of games, so I am going to go for Martial. And it has to be said that Rashford's been off the boil in the last few games as well. So I do have Zlatan and Depay on the bench to come on if needs be. We move on to the Barcelona team, and you can see that they've made a couple of changes themselves. Phil Jones not making a return visit to Old Trafford. That's the first one I noticed. But they have Ter Stegen, Jordi Alba coming in at left back, Umtiti coming in at centre back, Piqué and Roberto, Busquets, Neymar, Rakitic, Iniesta and Messi, and then Suarez. So a couple of changes for Barcelona. They are going to bring it to us today, but they have lined up with the 4-1-4-1 to start with. So this time at Old Trafford, we'll see what Roy has to say. And he's got hard tackling going round. Messi's lightly injured, so he's definitely getting hard tackle. But so's Umtiti, so we'll give him a little bit of a hard time as well. We are once again going to close down Iniesta. It did seem to help us a little bit in the last game. But on to the team talk. And this one, I don't care about proving a point. We're at Old Trafford. We're playing Barcelona. It has got to be for the fans. But I've got no choice for it. What a crock of shit. All about the media. I'm going to have to go with that, guys. I've not really got much choice, have I? But I'm a bit pissed off with that, to be honest. This one should be for the fans. So I'm going to tell Martial that I expect a performance because he's not really been getting in the first team that much. So we want some from him. I'm not going to say anything to him, and we're going to say nothing to anybody else, so we'll get straight into the game. That'll do dandy. This is where the season can be sort of made or broken. I think the way I'm feeling at the moment is I want to carry the save on, but I think if we win the Champions League, there's not really much point. I think once you've won the Champions League, you've sort of done it, and it would bring an end to the season. That's the way I'm feeling. Let me know in the comments anyway, guys. We have got a highlight here as Pogba goes driving forward, plays it to Rashford. Rashford plays Gribbin in. What's Gribbin going to do? He's moved in and he's ballooned it over the bar. Unfortunately for young Callum Gribbin, it would be great to see him grab a goal here today. I'd be made up with that. So 17th minute in, guys. Early signs are looking good for us, but Roberto has just took the ball off Rashford. Only as far as Bailly, those Gribbin's got a little bit of a knock. What is it? Bruised thigh. We might be able to keep him on with a little bit of luck. It's Herrera now. Pogba to Mata. Mata to Martial. Pogba on the edge of the area. He drives in. Pogba with the ball across to Martial, guys. 1-0, 3-1 on aggregate, and that has now made it that Barca have to score at least 2 to take us to penalties, which has to be said with their calibre of teams easy enough. But here we go, it's Pogba drives into the box, all the space there for Martial. Once again, repaying the faith a little bit because I have started him today. Normally Zlatan would get the start, but which is a shame really because he had such a great first season, but he just seemed to fall off, you know, second season syndrome. But with 4 strikers and they're all doing pretty well in their own right, still pretty happy, you know. So we've moved into half-time, guys. I'm looking at Callum Gribbin. He's doing all right. He's still 83% fit. Barcelona are still running a 4-1-4-1, so I don't really see the need to change anything. It looks like Matt is being pushed out of the game somewhat, only playing a 6.5, but we're once again passionately, no, assertively tell him to go out and put on a worthy display. Motivates a few players. With a little bit of luck, we can push it in the second half. Now, they have changed. They've just changed to the 4-2-4 or 4-2-2-2, whichever way you want to look at it. So they are going to try and bring it to us in the latter half of this game. So it's Bailly now. Alaba. Alaba looks a little bit stuck. He's had to play it to Mata. Pogba now. To Mata, look, we've got 3 on 4, and it's Rashford. That'll do. That'll do. I think this late in the game, I mean, Barcelona can probably score a few goals in quick succession, but the way we're playing, certainly defensively, I can't see him getting back in. As Rashford, a perfect finish, and the lad must be chuffed with that. The manager's chuffed with it. It is going to see us progress with a little bit of luck, but are we going to nick another one here? So it's played to Mata. Mata could play it again. Get in! Pogba again. Coming up trumps. Pogba, excuse me, a little bit excited there. But Pogba, his season, he's going from better to better. The first season was a little stop-start, as you know. But another finish by Pogba. He's scored 2 goals in 2 massive, massive games. And I am chuffed to bits. Now, they have now made all their subs, and interestingly, they've dropped back to the 4-1-4-1. It's Mata to Rashford, to Pogba. Herrera now to Pogba again. Pogba out to Sidibe, but Neymar snatches it from him. Mascherano now. Jordi Alba. Gribbin snatches it back. Gribbin's playing a pretty decent game himself today. Obviously running around with a little bit of a knock, but I want to try and keep him on, give him that experience. It's Rashford. Rashford to Stegen, does enough, pushes it wide. We could give Barca an absolute thumping here. Stomp some authority. It's Sergio now to Messi. Messi to Rafinha. Neymar now, belting down the left wing. He was stopped fantastically by Sidibe. And Martial's on the ball. He did have it stripped off him by Jordi Alba, but it's come to nothing, guys. We are in the 60th minute now. And just maybe we'll have a quick look. And I'll be honest, I feel no need to change anything. I really don't. We'll leave it at that. We'll make no changes. We'll take a look in the next 15 minutes or so and see how it gets on. Pogba's picked up another yellow. He's done that twice now, both games. That's maybe a little concerning as Bailly picks up the ball. To Gribbin, to Pogba now. Mata. Back with Mata again, to Gribbin. Pogba playing very deep. To Mata, who's played it through to Rashford. Rashford, once again to Stegen. More than a match for the shot. And pushes it wide for a corner, which Gribbin will take. It's cleared out. It's only come out as far as Alaba, though. And that was the end of the highlight. What a waste of a highlight. Was we there just for the corner? Pogba's just been snapped by Busquets. And these walking guys, game over. Game over. There is no chance for them now. Whatever little bit of luck they might have had is now gone. So we're in the 70th minute, guys, and I've just noticed Juan Matarazzo just took a hefty knock just a second ago. So probably what I'll do is bring on Blind. Put Gribbin behind the strikers and see whether Gribbin can maybe snatch something in this. Give him that boost. As I say, I'm always looking to try and boost the kids, you know, give them big gains, try and maybe get them on the score sheet and have good games. But we are only heading into the final 5 minutes. I'm not quite sure we're going to get much more from this. Barcelona have changed to some crazy messed up formation in a bid to try and get something. But at the moment, it's a bit of a devastating defeat for the Catalans, it has to be said. Busquets not helping Matters getting sent off. But we are in the final highlight. As we're playing it around, we're not going to see an attack here, guys. It is going to signal the end of the game. But 3-0 against Barcelona at Old Trafford and 5-1 across both fixtures. As Rashford plays it across, it's gathered by PK. And that is that, guys. We are going into the semi-final of the Champions League after trouncing Barcelona across 2 legs. We're going to congratulate the team. We're going to do it assertively, not passionately. Well done, lads. Good win for us. Well, bloody hell. I'm glad to see you're all made up. Once again, Pogba having a player of the match performance. So you did well out there. And we'll also tell Rashford that he did all right. Again, guys, from a motivation point of view, you just try and pick out the sort of the higher players. Anyone who's done low, give them a bit of a kick in. But no, that's it, guys. We'll take that. We will take that. So that will be that, guys. We will go and take a look at the schedule. There might be a little bit of news in between. I don't know until we get there. But yeah, we'll take a look at the schedule and see what's coming up in the next episode. So I did go forward a couple of days, guys, because, well, the draw was going to happen. We might as well watch the draw this time round. Paul Pogba's on the verge of picking up a new record. It is for player of the match at the moment. He's had 9. And the record is 10. So with a little bit of luck, he can do that before the season's out. But what we will do is get into the draw and see who we're going to get. So we're going to draw them one by one, guys. But as you can see, it's Arsenal, Atletico and PSG. In many ways, I'd like Arsenal to not get us and get somebody else. And I would like to, well, therefore, end up facing both of these guys if we were to get to the final. So it's us and it's... You know, right now, you know, and I don't. I mean, other than the fact that this is, of course, pre-recorded, but PSG, I'll take that. Nice one. Nice one. Ibrahimovic at his old club. Ibra will get 2 starts in that. And I might even play him as the advanced forward to give him more of them goal-scoring opportunities. So that's it, guys. That's what's going to happen. We're going to play PSG. So we'll go to the schedule, see what's going to happen in the next episode first, because one other bit of news is with one more point we can secure the Premier League title. The next game's at Brighton, and I don't really want to play that one because we'll beat them and we're going to win the league. But we'll have a look at the schedule. So as you can see by the schedule, guys, as I say, unfortunately, I think by the time we come back, we're going to have already won the title. So I would have normally let the rest of the league games, because we don't really need to see them if we've already won the league. But I've got to play the Liverpool game. Period. I mean, that's that. I have to do the Liverpool game. So I'm going to come back in the next episode, do one live com. It will be Liverpool. And I can already pretty much show you what the next episode's going to be, because the one after that will probably be Arsenal in the semi-final of the FA Cup, followed by PSG in our first Champions League semi-final game. But on that note, guys, if you've enjoyed the episode, and I have, I mean, beating Barcelona twice, 5-1 on aggregate, it has been an absolute belter on it. So if you have enjoyed it, hit the like button. It helps the channel out tremendously. I hope I will see you for the next episode. I'm looking forward to it. I hope to see you guys there. I've been Teach FM. I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.